Hey, Steelers fans. Today we're diving deep into everything that's been happening with the Pittsburgh Steelers lately. And let me tell you, there's plenty to talk about. The past few weeks have been a roller coaster of emotions, giving us flashes of brilliance and moments that make us scratch our heads. But through it all, there's one factor that keeps shining through: leadership and experience at the quarterback position. We've seen a lot of numbers being thrown around recently. And sure, they're impressive. Completing passes at such a high rate, racking up yardage, throwing touchdowns without turnovers. Those are stats that can catch anyone's eye. But here's the thing. The real value isn't just in the numbers themselves. It's in what those numbers represent when they come from someone who understands the game on an entirely different level. This is more than just technical skill. It's the command of the field, the presence that makes everyone around him elevate their play. It's the intangible quality that turns a group of talented athletes into a cohesive unit that can push through adversity and succeed in the moments that matter most. Looking at the Steelers, it's clear that having a quarterback with this kind of pedigree transforms the entire team. There's a rhythm to the offense that comes from trust, from knowing that when the game gets tight and the stakes are high, someone in the huddle has seen it all before. That kind of experience doesn't just help on a single play. It influences every decision, every adjustment, every subtle communication that happens during a game. You can see it in the way the team reacts in critical situations, how they handle complex defensive schemes, and how they manage the clock when every second counts. There's no need for over-explaining or micromanaging because the quarterback's awareness and leadership naturally guide the team, allowing them to focus on execution rather than hesitation. It's a quiet kind of power, one that doesn't necessarily show up in highlight reels, but can make the difference between a win and a loss when the margin is razor thin. This season has already offered glimpses of how much of a difference that can make. Key plays have been executed with a precision and calmness that belies the pressure of the moment. A pass thrown into a window, so tight it seems impossible, caught by a player who had to make split-second adjustments, is more than just a highlight. It's an example of how preparation, experience, and trust converge. And when those moments happen, they send a message to the entire locker room. They create confidence not just in the quarterback, but in the system, in the coaches, and in each player's role within the team. Young players, veterans, skill position players, linemen, they all feed off that energy and understanding. It's how a one-year contract player can step up and perform at an MVP-level contribution, motivated not just by their own desire, but by the trust placed in them by the person leading the offense. It's a ripple effect of commitment, focus, and belief that spreads across the roster. As the season moves toward the final stretch, every game takes on a heightened significance. The playoffs aren't just a potential outcome. They're the goal, and each matchup becomes a critical stepping stone. That's where the real value of experience comes into play. The ability to navigate tight situations, to understand when to push and when to manage, to know how to adjust to an opponent's tendencies without overthinking. All of this becomes a massive advantage. When you watch the Steelers in these scenarios, it's not just about individual plays. It's about the orchestration of the entire offense, the way the team moves together, the way trust and preparation show up in every snap. And it's not theoretical. It's happening right now. You can see it in the decision-making, the poise under pressure, and the way the team consistently puts themselves in positions to succeed. Beyond the tangible outcomes on the field, the influence of a seasoned quarterback is also evident in the culture of the team. Every word, every gesture, every interaction on and off the field contributes to a mindset of professionalism and accountability. When a player sees that the leader of the offense respects their effort and recognizes their contributions, it instills a sense of loyalty and willingness to go above and beyond. It's not just leadership in the traditional sense. It's the embodiment of the standard the team wants to uphold. That standard pushes everyone to perform at their peak, to maintain focus in high-pressure moments, and to find solutions when challenges arise. The Steelers are a team built on physicality and toughness, but the strategic and psychological edge that comes from this level of quarterback leadership adds a layer that can turn good teams into great ones. Looking at specific games, the impact of having such a commanding presence under center is undeniable. The ability to identify defensive coverages, to manipulate windows of opportunity, to use both the mind and arm to create plays, all while maintaining composure, is a game changer. When the Steelers attack the middle of the field, when they make reads that exploit defensive tendencies, and when they trust their playmakers to make something happen after the catch, it all starts from the quarterback's command of the offense. It's not about trying to do too much or overcompensate. It's about playing smart, maximizing talent, and letting the team flow naturally while still guiding it with a steady hand. Each snap becomes an opportunity to reinforce the principles that have been drilled into the team all season: timing, placement, awareness, and execution. It's a masterclass in leadership that extends far beyond the statistics. And yet, even with all the accolades, the completion percentages, and the historical comparisons, what really matters is the way it translates into wins and cohesion on the field. Numbers can impress, but they don't inspire. What inspires a team, what builds a championship mindset, is seeing that preparation, talent, and leadership converge when it matters most. It's about watching plays develop where timing, vision, and trust all come together to move the offense efficiently and effectively. Every throw, every read, every decision communicates to the team, reinforcing that they are capable of achieving success if they trust the system and each other. This intangible quality, command, awareness, and leadership, is what defines the Steelers' offense right now, and it's something that goes far beyond age, experience, or statistics. It's the heartbeat of the team, and as the season progresses, it's clear that this is the foundation upon which every big play, every drive, and every crucial moment is built. As we move further into this season, the Steelers' trajectory is becoming more apparent with every snap, every series, and every critical down. What stands out most is how seamlessly the offense has adjusted to the rhythm and vision of the quarterback leading the charge. It's not just about throwing passes or scoring touchdowns. It's about how the team interprets and reacts to the game in real time, how they anticipate defensive adjustments, and how they execute with confidence even in the most pressure-filled moments. When a quarterback with decades of experience steps onto the field, it changes everything. The way he reads coverages, times throws, and understands his teammates' tendencies is unmatched. Every player around him becomes more attuned to their responsibilities because they know he has already thought through multiple possibilities before the snap. That kind of leadership is hard to quantify, but the impact is unmistakable. Looking back at recent games, it's clear that the Steelers are becoming increasingly comfortable attacking different areas of the field. When the middle was exploited against Miami, it wasn't a fluke or a one-off. It was a calculated approach based on studying tendencies and recognizing opportunities. It's about recognizing the matchups, trusting the skilled players to execute, and ensuring the offensive line gives the protection needed to allow these plays to develop. The tight ends, running backs, and wide receivers are all part of a system that moves as one, responding fluidly to the quarterback's adjustments. This level of coordination and trust doesn't happen overnight. It's the product of preparation, communication, and an unspoken understanding that each player has the full confidence of the leader on the field. When this kind of chemistry is present, the difference shows in the efficiency of the drives, the success rate in key situations, and the team's ability to maintain composure under pressure. Another aspect that cannot be overstated is the psychological edge that comes from having a seasoned quarterback in the huddle. His mere presence alters the mindset of both the team and their opponents. The Steelers know they have someone who has faced every scenario imaginable, someone whose experience can guide the younger players through moments of doubt or adversity. This is a quarterback who has seen playoff pressure, who has been in must-win situations, and who understands the nuances of managing a game at the highest level. The players around him absorb that confidence, and it translates into more assertive decisions, sharper execution, and a general elevation of performance across the roster. It's leadership by example in its purest form, and it resonates not just on offense but across the entire team, influencing how the defense approaches critical moments and how special teams execute under stress. The Steelers' recent offensive strategies also demonstrate a level of adaptability that speaks to this leadership. Adjustments are made on the fly, but they're never reckless or panicked. The quarterback's ability to assess a defense, recognize weak points, and exploit them efficiently ensures that the team doesn't waste opportunities or force plays unnecessarily. This season, we've seen a calculated balance of high-percentage plays, carefully timed shots downfield, and smart utilization of all personnel, from the star wide receivers to the underpaid but incredibly productive running backs. Each decision reinforces a culture of preparation, trust, and execution. When a team operates like this, the results may not always be immediate, but over the course of a season, the cumulative effect is a unit that performs at a consistently high level and can compete with the league's elite. Additionally, the mentorship component cannot be overlooked. Younger players absorb lessons from every snap, every pre-snap read, and every post-game discussion. When a quarterback highlights the contributions of a teammate, acknowledges their growth, or underscores the importance of preparation, it sets a standard that others naturally follow. Players buy into the culture because they see it modeled consistently, and that culture becomes self-sustaining. The Steelers have historically been a team that thrives on discipline, toughness, and preparation. And this season, that identity is being reinforced and amplified by the experience at quarterback. It's not just about what happens in the moment. It's about creating a long-term mindset where professionalism, focus, and accountability define the team's approach on every level. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In what could be one of the most sensational moves in recent NFL history, whispers are swirling that Tyreek Hill has officially become the Steelers' biggest signing ever. While the organization has yet to comment publicly, sources close to the team suggest that the dynamic wide receiver has joined Pittsburgh in a deal that could redefine the franchise's offensive identity. Hill, known for his electrifying speed and ability to turn any play into a highlight, would bring a level of explosiveness that Steelers fans haven't seen in decades. The speculation alone has already sent shockwaves through the league. Analysts are pondering how Pittsburgh will reshape its offensive strategy to fully utilize Hill's talents. Questions abound about the impact on the team's existing roster, including the quarterback situation and the potential for new offensive schemes that could exploit Hill's unmatched acceleration and route-running prowess. There's also chatter about how this signing might influence other teams, potentially sparking a flurry of moves as rivals scramble to respond. Steelers supporters are reportedly buzzing with anticipation. Social media has lit up with memes, mock lineups, and debates about how Hill could fit into the team's current system. The potential for a high-octane, fast-paced offense is tantalizing, and fans are already dreaming of game-breaking moments that only a player of Hill's caliber can produce. Even without official confirmation, the rumor alone has shifted expectations for the franchise, placing Pittsburgh back into conversations about championship contention in a way few could have predicted. Critics, however, urge caution. While Hill's talent is undeniable, integrating a superstar into a team's existing chemistry can be challenging. The Steelers' coaching staff would need to find the perfect balance between innovation and stability, ensuring that the rest of the offense adapts smoothly to his presence. Still, the mere prospect of Hill donning the black and gold has created an electric atmosphere in Pittsburgh, and the NFL world is watching closely. Whether this speculation will solidify into reality remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. If true, this would mark a historic chapter in Steelers history and could signal the beginning of a new era for the storied franchise. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.